Oh no.
But are the people that criticize?
I don't think the evil people live in hell, because they're evil for reasons that we never experienced. Our parents never locked us in a closet and fed us dog food for a week.
Right.
And so we don't even know what it would be like. It's horrible. It's hell.
On earth.
No wonder Alexander got upset about that child in the closet and was never the same the rest of that place. We were there. And that's a sign he's a very sensitive person. And Christ chose to die so that others won't suffer and will be at peace as they were before they were born.
What about people say if they didn't accept Christ before they died, they're going to hell?
Oh, it doesn't matter. They missed it while they were living, but no longer all the negative things will be in 100% God's space, not their space. One of the most beautiful stories I ever heard was a lady I knew real well that worked at Appalachia for so many years. Real good nurse. And she had one daughter and one granddaughter, and she adored both of them. And one of them was killed by a very mean-spirited guy. I don't know whether he tortured her or just, and she was missing for a while. She didn't know where she was, and so worried about her. And there was a long article in the Democrat about 5 years ago, how she, as a Christian, we're taught to forgive. And she says, I don't know how I'll ever be able to forgive him for taking the only daughter I have that I dearly loved. And yet, that's what I'm taught in any domination, except a few. There's a few who...
Hey, Carol.
Uh-huh. Who's that?
Oh, you're right. We'll do that. Let me finish. Mama was going to tell me the story about this lady, and then let's go downstairs and ask the man together, okay?
Okay.
So she said that she couldn't figure out how to forgive the person.
Yeah. And so, of course, it takes a long time to get to the point of execution. Most of them have been waiting 10 years, which is worse than, having it early. But they can't until a lawyer reviews it. But that's how the people that have a lot of money don't ever get executed, because they have lawyers who know how to protect their client, and they get paid a big
All right, any rich people on death row?
That's true. And anyway, when it was getting closer for him, she got more and more worried, because she would feel like she was causing this man to be killed. And she didn't want to have that on her heart the rest of her life, because she thought every person had some worth. They had done bad things, they needed some punishment, but it should not be the supreme punishment, that she did not want to have anything to do with that. Well, one day after about 4 or 5 years, she wrote to him and told him how sad she'd been since it happened, and yet she knew he probably had been very sad too, and said a few other things. And she asked him if she could come to see him. She was trying to work on getting herself able to forgive him. And so he wrote back the next day and said he would love to, because he wanted to say how sorry he had been that he had hurt her as well as her family so badly. And that visit, she said, was one of the most incredible experiences in her whole life. And she began to visit him once a month and writing regularly. And he wrote her and she wrote him. And people in town just couldn't understand how she could do it. They knew how sad she was, but she couldn't get sad enough. It wouldn't help her any. A lot of people say it'll help me to see him dead, you know. And she said it wouldn't help me any. And so what's the point of it? And it costs the prison system more to execute a person than to forgive them. Because
life imprisonment.
Hmm?
Then life imprisonment.
Somewhat. Some of them feel that way.
No, it's cheaper to have life prison than execution.
Yeah, that's true, and people don't understand that. They always think, letting them say that, boy, that looks neat today. Boy, that room looks transformed. Where's my box from Chris Gosen and Pat? But this article was wonderful. It used a lot of her direct quotes. And it was just like...
That story should go national.
It should.
I want to get involved in the national.
I wish she'd write a book. She's not a real brilliant. Well, she's brilliant, but she's not used to writing books or anything.
I want to get involved in the national movement again.
I've got their letter at my house. I think I finally... The lady is still the head of it that was the head when Daddy and I went to the national conference. We were members for years.
I went to the national conference with him